Hello friends, this is my lecture number 11 on unit number 5. In this lecture, we are going to learn that how Buckingham Pi theorem is applied to carry out dimensional analysis. That means here we are going to check dimensional homogeneity between the variables of given phenomena or equation. Now let's see the Buckingham Pi theorem first. Now Buckingham Pi theorem states that if there are n variables involved in a physical phenomena, and if these variables contain m primary dimensions, that is MLT, then the variable quantities can be expressed in terms of an equation containing n minus m dimensionless groups or parameters. Buckingham referred these dimensionless groups as pi terms. So this is the statement for Buckingham Pi theorem. Now the procedure of Buckingham Pi theorem to establish dimensional homogeneity of given variables, so that we will see by considering this example directly. So in example it is given that show that the resistance R to the motion of sphere of diameter d moving with uniform velocity v through a fluid of density rho and viscosity mu is given by R is equal to rho v square d square function phi of mu upon rho v d. Use Buckingham Pi theorem. So we are going to establish this relation with the help of Buckingham Pi theorem. So in Buckingham Pi theorem, the very first step is, now let's see the solution. So in Buckingham Pi theorem, very first step is make a list of n variables involved in the given problem. Now in the given problem, variables are, see, first one is resistance R, second one is diameter d, third one is velocity v, fourth one is mu, fifth one is rho. So total 5 variables are present. So n is equal to 5. Number of variables are 5. Now second step is write the functional relationship between them. So functional relationship between them is function of R comma d comma v comma mu comma rho is equal to 0. So call this as equation 1. Now step number 3 is write down dimensions of all variables and find out primary dimension m, small m. So here primary dimensions are generally m, l, t. So here I have made this table. So here you will find quantity, unit and dimension. Quantities are r, d, v, mu, rho. Their units are, so unit of r, though it is resistance, so it is one kind of force. So its unit is Newton and dimension is ml t raised to minus 2. Next quantity is diameter d, unit is meter, its dimension is length. Next quantity is v, its unit is meter per second, dimension is l t raised to minus 1. Next quantity is mu, its unit is mu is dynamic viscosity. The dynamic viscosity unit is Newton second per meter square and its dimension is ml minus l, ml raised to minus 1 t raised to minus 1. Next quantity is density, so its unit is kg per meter cube, its dimension is ml raised to minus 3. So dimension, primary dimension is 3, that is mlt only. So now next step is step number 4. Determine the pi terms which is equal to n minus 1. Now I can, according to Buckingham Pi theorems, the pi terms that are formed for given phenomena, so it is n minus 1. So number of variables in this equation are 5 and primary dimensions are 3. So therefore pi terms are n minus m, so it is equal to 2. So 2 pi terms are going to form for given phenomena. So therefore their functional relationship is f of pi 1 comma pi 2 is equal to 0. So now call this as equation number 2. Now step number 5, choose repeating variables. Now once we establish this pi term functional relationship, now our next step is determine the expression for these pi terms. So for that we require determination of these repeating variables. So remember this, the dependent variable, it is not chosen as a repeating variable. So here depending variable is resistance R. So we cannot choose that as a repeating variable. So there is a criteria to choose this repeating variable in Buckingham Pi theorem. So that criteria is, so repeating variable, remember this one also, repeating variables number are generally equal to number of primary dimensions. So here primary dimensions are 3. So 3 repeating variables we are going to choose. So first one should be describing geometry of flow. So first variable, it should be describing geometry of flow. Second one should be describing kinematics and dynamic of flow, and third one should be describing fluid property. So with this we have to choose the repeating variable out of our given different variables. Our given different variables are, so except this r, different variables are d, v, mu, rho. So out of these 4 we have to choose 3 different repeating variables. So first one should be describing geometry of flow. So geometry of flow, so here out of that 4 variable, geometry of flow will be described by t. Next, kinematics and dynamics of flow variable, so it is represented by velocity v, and fluid property variable, it is suppose density. So we will choose this diameter, velocity and density as a repeating variables to describe pi terms. Now write the expression for pi terms. Now step number 6 is the two pi terms can be written as, so pi 1 is equal to d raised to x1. So consider exponent of d as x1 into v raised to y1. V's exponent is y1, rho raised to z1 into r. Similarly, describe pi 2 as d raised to x2, v raised to y2, rho raised to z2 into mu. So dv rho, these are the repeating variables. Remaining variables are r and mu. So write this equation for pi 1 and pi 2 as this one. Now next step is step number 7. Consider pi 1 term and substitute dimensions of variables. Now consider pi 1 terms. So pi 1 term is equal to d raised to x1, v raised to y1, rho raised to z1 into r. So it is equal to, dimension for d is l raised to x1, dimension for v is lt minus 1 raised to y1, dimension for rho is m l raised to minus 3 raised to z1 into dimension for resistance is m l t raised to minus 2. So now here, but pi 1 has to be dimensionless. Now pi 1 represent dimensionless parameter. So therefore sum of indices of MLT must be 0. So the pi 1 term dimension is m raised to 0, l raised to 0, t raised to 0. So therefore equating this indices for all fundamental dimensions equal to 0. So therefore for m, so observe m, for m 0 is equal to z1 plus 1. So this implies that z1 is equal to minus 1. For L, 0 is equal to x1 plus y1 plus minus 3z1 plus 1. For t, it is equal, 0 is equal to minus y1 minus 2. So this implies that y1 is equal to minus 2. So for L, put z1 is equal to -1 and y1 is equal to -2 in this equation. So it is equal to x1 -2 minus minus plus 3 plus 1. So this implies that x1 is equal to 4, 2. So x1 is equal to -2. So x1 is equal to -2. So therefore pi1 term. So here we have find the values of indices x1, y1 and z2. So pi1 term becomes d raised to -2, v raised to -2, rho raised to -1 into r. So that is r upon d square v square into rho. So now this is your pi1 term expression. So call this as equation number 3. Now similarly, considering pi2 term. So therefore pi2 is equal to pi2 is equal to L1 L raised to x2 Lt minus 1 raised to y2 m L raised to minus 3 raised to z2 m L raised to minus 1 t raised to minus 1. So therefore for m z1 for m, so pi2 again it is dimensionless parameter. So for m z1 0 is equal to z2 plus 1. So this implies that z2 is equal to -1. For L 0 is equal to x2 plus y2 minus 3z2 minus 1. And for t 0 is equal to minus y2 minus 1 equal to 0. So this implies that y2 is equal to -1. So therefore substituting x2 y2 and z2 value in this equation to get value of x2. So therefore 0 is equal to x2 minus 1 minus minus plus minus 1. So therefore x2 is equal to -1. So now putting all these exponent values in pi2 terms. So therefore we have expression for pi2 as d raised to -1, v raised to -1, rho raised to -1 into mu. So it is equal to mu upon rho vd. So this is the expression for pi2 term. So call this as equation number 4. So as we have functional relationship for pi terms as f of pi1 comma pi2 is equal to 0. So therefore from equation 3 and 4 we have functional relationship as f of r upon rho v d. Rho equation 1 is rho v square d square, comma pi1 is rho v square d square and pi2 is mu upon rho v d equals to 0. So as this is functional relationship, so we can make any rearrangement within this functional relationship. So R can write this as or r upon rho v square d square is equal to function of mu upon rho v d, or r is equal to rho v square d square phi of mu upon rho v d. So this is how Buckingham pi theorem procedure is there. So here we have established this relationship with the help of Buckingham Pi theorem.